Shalom Chayei Sara, Tufshin Pei Hey, and we have the tremendous privilege of doing a shir about the Ma'aras HaMachpelah from the Ma'aras HaMachpelah in Chevron. Now, as you hear, I don't know why every time I do it from Chevron, there's chazonis in the background from the mosques, but we're going to try to talk over them. And really, you're looking back here at a building that was built approximately 2,100 years ago, the Ma'aras HaMachpelah. And of course, it's over 3,000 years since Avraham Avinu came here to purchase this from Ephron, right here where we're standing. This is the place. It's incredible when you think about the history. Avraham Avinu was here, and he bought this, and he negotiated a great deal, full price. He paid full price for this to bury Sarah Imenu. And at the beginning of the parsha, we find that Avraham Avinu Taka went and he bought this place. He bought the Ma'aras HaMachpelah to bury Sarah Imenu. And it's very, very interesting to note that as much as every letter of the Torah, every word of the Torah, everything is so accounted for, everything is so exact, but yet you look at the beginning of the parsha here, at the beginning of the parsha, the Torah does not cut back on the words at all. Every transaction, every negotiation signed between Avraham Avinu and Ephron is there in the Torah, and it's spoken about at such great length. We do not spare any words while going about this episode. And everything Avraham Avinu said, and the Bnei Ches answered, it's all there in the Torah, full verbatim, full out. So Nesivos Shalom notes that simply this entire episode of Avraham Avinu buying a burial place for Sarah Imenu would seem to be a continuation of the Chesed. Well, I have a lot of competition here with that guy's episode. Very loud. But it would seem to be a continuation of the Torah telling us about the great Chesed of Avraham Avinu. And what the Torah is telling us here is that not only was Avraham Avinu outstanding in the midah of Chesed with people who are alive, but Avraham Avinu was also a great Baal Chesed with people, as we see, Sarah Imenu, with people who are no longer alive. It's just continuing on, telling us what a great person Avraham Avinu was with Chesed. And he made every single effort that the burial of Sarah should be with the proper kavod that she deserved. So Avraham Avinu did not want this plot of land. He refused to accept a present. He refused to accept a gift. Could you imagine that? He was offered to take it, cheap stuff, free. No, Avraham Avinu wanted to pay full price because anything less would diminish the kavod of Sarah Imenu. So the Torah gives a lot of space in the parsha. The Torah gives a lot of space to this great chesed. And Nesivos Shalom tells us something a little bit deeper about Avraham Avinu wanting to pay full price for this piece of land, full price for the Ma'aras HaMachpelah. No deals, no bargains. The Sfarim HaKadoshim tell us that any land owned by a goy, and especially land in Eretz Yisrael, if it's owned by a goy, then there's a tumah on that land. That land is defiled, it's considered tameh. And the only way to remedy that, the only way to fix that up, is to actually redeem it. And when you redeem something, you need to pay full price for it. So Avraham Avinu, had he received it as a gift, that would not have removed the tumah. There was a tumah because it was owned by a goy. So Avraham Avinu had to go and pay for it, and to pay full price to return this plot of land to Kedushas Haaretz. So Avraham Avinu wanted to dafka pay full price, and only then was he able to bury Sari Imenu on this land. So the term, the Torah uses the term Achuzas Kever. Achuzas Kever tells us that this plot of land where Sarah would be buried would have to be an Achuzah, would have to be holy, would have to be something that belongs to us, that we take back, that is now, does not have the tomb of the Goyim anymore. It is now a holy place, and it has back the Kedushas Haaretz. And that's why Avraham Avinu wanted to pay full price once again for this land. The pasuk in Mishlei Tesvav tells us something that we know about very much, and we speak about this often. Yidden speak about it. V'soinei matonos yichya. Avraham Avinu, even at that stage, even at that time, understood v'soinei matonos yichya, that it is frowned upon that a person accepting gifts is despised. The Gemara Masechta Yuma Daf Chav Ches Amud Beis tells us, and I'll quote you the Gemara. The Gemara says that Avraham Avinu was mekayim the entire Torah. Because we're saying the Sinai Matanas Yechia, Avraham Avinu already knew good midos. He knew that it's frowned upon to accept gifts. So the Gemara Masechta Yuma tells us that Avraham Avinu kept the entire Torah before the Torah was given. So the question is, how would Avraham Avinu know what to keep? The Torah was not given. The mitzvahs were not given. Hashem did not command any mitzvahs yet. How did Avraham Avinu know what to keep? The answer is that Avraham Avinu kept the entire Torah through the pasuk of V'asisa hayosher v'hatoi b'nei Hashem. Avraham Avinu, every move that he made, everything that he did, he asked the question, is this what Hashem wants? Is what I'm doing, will that please HaKadosh Baruch Hu? And from that, if a person behaves that way, and he thinks into that in every single thing that he does, then you are going to be Mekayim the Torah. All the mitzvahs hasei and all the mitzvahs lois hasei of the Torah come about from, am I doing what is pleasing to Hashem? Am I doing what Hashem wants to do? And that's the fundamental of all the mitzvahs, and that's what Avraham Avinu did. He asked every minute, am I doing what Hashem wants? When Hillel, famous story, the Gemara, Masechta Shabbos, Hillel told the ger who wanted to convert al regel achas. He wanted to convert in 1 minute. So Hillel told the ger, my desani aloch lechavroch lo yisabed. So the Pashut Pshat, we know what you don't like being done unto you, you should not do to others. The Mezritza Magid, Chus Yogan Aleinu, says a play on words of this, a beautiful pshat, and that's going to explain Avraham Avinu. The Mezritza Magid says, my desani aloch lechavroch. Lechavroch could also be translated as to connect you to Hashem, to connect. So if something is not going to connect you to Hashem, then lo yisaved. Don't do it. And that's what Avraham Avinu did. That's the entire basis of the Torah. Good midos come. If what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to treat another person, the way I'm going to go about my life, if it's not going to connect you to Hashem, if that's not what it's doing, the sani aloch lechavrach, it's not going to connect you to Hashem, lo yisabed. So we don't do that. So although midos toivos, which are the fundamental of every single Jew, they're not spelled out in the Torah, but since we have a neshama, our neshama comes from the Kisei HaKavod, our neshama comes from Hashem, since that is the story, so our neshama, intrinsically, our neshama, I know that cat is walking behind me, our neshama knows what to do to connect to Hashem. So Avraham Avinu was able to keep the entire Torah just from midas toivos, just from saying, is everything that I'm doing going to connect to Hashem? So Avraham Avinu, yes, he knew that midah of soinei matanas yechia. He could not accept a present. So now we have to understand that the the Midas Tovos of Avram Avinu are passed down to all of us. And all of us have an intrinsic, we have an internal compass, an internal magnet that tells us to do as Hashem wants. Treat others, be to others, respect your friends, your parents, respect yourself in a way that Hashem wants us to connect to Him. And that's a lesson we learned from Avram Avinu. Avram Avinu had to pay full price for this land right here, in this beautiful city of Chevron. And what a schus it is to be here, to live the Parsha, be able to bring it back to all the people that are going to watch and listen to the shir. Let's learn that lesson from Avram Avinu. And the more we connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we're going to realize that we are going to please HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and He's going to want to finally bring us all back to this holy city and to the holy land of Eretz Yisrael. Good Shabbos, Shabbos of Maros Machpelah. Good Shabbos to all of you from the holy city of Chevron.